Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and the Magnificent Miss Marvel Annual, the first. Do they even do annual number twos anymore? Like, barely. Over in DC they will, but, not really here. Anyway, guys, so good stuff. This was a fun comic book, but it had problems. I'm going to discuss both sides of that. This issue is called The Sting. Writer is Magdalene Visaggio. The artist is John Lamb. John Lamb looks a lot like Ron Lim. I see what you're doing, dude. I see what you're doing. Anyway, John Lamb. Color artist is, what the frick is this? Masasik. Okay. All right. There we go. Bang. There we go. Letters, VC's Joe Caramagna. The cover, Stefano Caselli and Andreas Mossa. The variant covers, David Baldion and Andreas Mossa, and another one by John Taylor Christopher. Carlos Lau did the graphic design. So this was a pretty well-written story. Kl'rt, the Super Skrull, wants revenge. He always wants revenge against Earth for the most part, right? And the Fantastic Four are back on Earth now, so he really wants that revenge. And some traveling salesman who's basically a knockoff, what do you call it, Mr. Miracle. That I thought that was really cute. To me, that was the cutest part of the whole entire book. I don't get it. Why would somebody make that comparison? I thought that was freaking awesome. Kind of like the Scott-Free name. I dig it. And he's a Kree, so it's like, I got problems with you, Kree. Anyhow, this dude he's a traveling salesman, and it's traveling sales Kree, and decides he wants to try and make a buck off of the Super Skrull, and says, I got this device. It's this little gun, and you shoot it at some kind of a fairly powerful shapeshifter, and then it will enhance your powers to the planetary scale. So I guess he could basically become a mighty morphing Ego the Living Planet. Is that? I don't know. We never find out, because he's got to be able to zap and kill a shape changer. So you see where this is going already, right? Now, he could have just shot another Skrull. And it was kind of addressed here like, oh, look, it was already said. And said, you don't even need to. You can just go and shoot this Earth. Listen, I would figure that by now, Kl'rt, the Super Skrull, knows better. Knows that Earthlings are just way too powerful. Like the Earth Supers are way too freaking powerful. There was way too much that was going to go wrong by him not just turning that gun on any old Skrull. Saying, it could, whatever, like, you could have found a particularly powerful shape changer amongst the Skrull. Amongst the Skrulls. You're telling me that, like, with all the various rank and file of the different, the houses and the rogue factions and the renegades within the Skrulls, you're telling me that he could have just gone to a prison and found a particularly powerful shape changer there? You're telling me he could have gone against any of the other versions of the Super Skrull out there? Really? He decided to go after an unknown Earth Super. I just have a problem with this. Call me strange. Look, there was too much wrong with this. So I stand by what I said, that it was written really well. The problem is the storytelling simply wasn't there. And I usually make the comment that somebody could be a great storyteller but not a great writer. And this is the exact opposite. Fantastic writing here, but the story wasn't there. And I'm not saying that Mags isn't a good storyteller, because she is. She is. But I didn't see that evident here. This was... it's like, hey, you want to do a freelance thing for Marvel? And for me, somebody like me, I'd jump at that and be like, oh my God, I'm going to tell the greatest story ever. And this was not the greatest story ever. I feel like this could have been, I don't know, like, was there a time limit? Like, you got to turn it in tomorrow because somebody else dipped on us? I mean, it didn't feel right. This didn't feel like there was a whole lot of effort put into it. And that's just my take. I don't know Mags. I don't know anybody in Marvel. I don't know anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm literally just some jackass on YouTube making that suggestion. I don't know. That's just my take on it. But I feel like this could have been written a whole lot better. Actually, the writing was good. I feel this could have been told a whole lot better. There could have been more story there. There could have been something worthwhile in this. And it's like, it's just some to me, it's just a weak reason to do an Acts of Vengeance, Acts of Evil, that Acts of Vengeance from the 90s all over again. And I just didn't see anything good about this. I really just didn't. Maybe it was 89, Acts of Vengeance. Anyway, this wasn't great. It was okay, but that's about as far as it goes. Anyway, guys, nothing else to say about this. Professor Bell, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.